I spent 3 months with a guy who just sold his company for $4 billion. Every day when I would spend time with him, I was looking at, okay, what's this guy doing? When's he looking at his cash account? What's it look like? I remember asking him, I want to see your bank balances. And he's like, what? I want to see the money. I got close enough with him where I could just be myself, right?
Right.
I said, I want to see the money.
Yeah.
And he says, yeah, sure, man, no problem. Here, he opened the account up. I'm like, oh my God, this changed my life. I saw $648 million in one account. Like the first time I saw it, is that 648,000? No, it's $648 million. I was like, whoa. The 10X rule is basically about, look, you need to make goals that are giant. Not like your mom and dad said. Your mom and dad said, you know,
tone it down.
Tone it down. You know, have some reasonable, how many of you heard that? Reasonable goals. Something attainable. And that what happens is when the goal is attainable, it's no longer exciting. Because if you can go get it easily, you're going to take it for granted. So I believe that the bigger the giant, the more unattainable the goal is, okay, the least likely, if it's real for you, the least likely you are to give up on that goal. I think a lot of the reasons why you see people going down is because the goals are so low. Why would I be excited? Who could possibly be excited about making enough money to pay their bills? Why would you have a target on everything in life and not have one on money? Every athlete has a target, right? Every professional has a target. Every department in every company, every division I have has a target. No target means what? What is your target, right? If I have no target, I'm successful. I will hit the zero target. A guy's homeless out there. Hey, begging for food. Can you give me some food? Can you give me some food? I give him food. He's like, no, I don't really want the food. I really want the dude. Just say it on the sign, bro. Give me 100. Just change the ask. But you got to have a target. You got to have a target. Wealthy people don't spend time or manage time. They take money that's useless. They know it's useless. And they buy, I'm going to get 1,000 employees. And then everybody's like, well, you know, that guy never works. He hired 1,000 people to do work. Mm-hmm. This is an old story, by the way. You can go back to the King Tut. Okay? I mean, it's not a new story. It's like, how do you get wealthy? Well, you commit to massive action. How do you do massive action? You only have 40 hours a week or 80 or 100. Elon Musk says, hey man, 100 hours. He works 100 hours a week. He does the video about the 100 hours. He's like, look, if I do 100 and you do 40, I win. He's a smart dude too, by the way. Real smart guy. But he's nobody without the risk, without the big think, and without the massive action. Everybody in the room is going to make $1 million. In your lifetime, all you got to do is keep doing what you've been doing. Keep doing that raggedy ass job you got right now, and you're going to make $1 million. You go work at McDonald's. If you live long enough, you'll make $1 million. When you feel like you're lazy, it's because you have Dave Ramsey telling you to save your money and don't use debt. You got me saying, oh, don't load up on that debt, dog. You need to get a bunch of debt. And you got Tony Robbins over there telling you it's all about your emotional state. Pump it out. And you're like, fuck, I don't know what to do. And then you got Gary Vaynerchuk saying money doesn't matter. And you're like, shit, do I listen to Dave? Do I listen to Grant? Do I listen to Gary? And at that moment, even if you got to figure out which strategy, you're immobilized. And at that moment, you will look lazy to yourself and others. So what I do is I pick one guy and I go with him. Like, I don't even care if it's the right guy, because I can make the wrong information. If I'm stable about the wrong information, I can make that work.
Have you ever acted your way into a hole? I mean, because you just make decisions. You ever made one too quick and it's like, oh, that was the wrong one.
More often than not, my instincts are right. And if they're not, at least I have the skill set to reverse quickly. Because if you take a long time to make a decision, you're going to take a long time to unwind one.
Say that one.
If you take a long time to make a bad decision, you're going to take a long time to unwind it. If I make a bad decision quickly, I buy a truck. I'm making this up. Boom, I can buy that truck. I've made a decision quickly to buy it. I can also make a decision quickly to get rid of it. I bought a Cullinan, Rolls-Royce Cullinan. It's $446,000. I bought it before my growth conference. I bought it in the afternoon. Like, I'm going to buy that. I'm going to put it on stage. I got it. I'm like, this is stupid. $500,000 for a fucking truck is stupid. I sold it the next day. So I bought it, sold it, boom. I wrote it off though.
Right.
I wrote it off because it was at my conference. So I'm just saying, like, if you get used to taking a lot of time to make decisions, how you buy things is how you're going to sell things. And how you make decisions is how your organization is going to make decisions. If you make 50 grand a year for the next 20 years, you make $1 million. Just do the math, folks. People are not doing the math on money. You need to do the math on the money. How many of you would do better things with money if you had more money? How many of you would actually give money away? Yeah, but you see right now, most of you in the room are generous. You see some homeless dude and you're like, here man, here's $5. But you can only do it once because your pockets are flat.